checks just to make sure everything's going through. Bear with me 1 second, guys. There we go. Okay. Can you guys let me know in the comments if you can hear me okay? Can you guys let me know in the comments?
All right.
All right, so we're all good on the sound check here. Let's get right into it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for stopping by. I'm getting a little feedback here. Looks like, bear with me 1 second. Let's get right into it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys.
Strike up have a thing muted.
Yeah. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay. So
what's up, Elizabeth?
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for being here. We got the stream going. It's, we are up and running. So with that said, welcome Crypto Airborne, welcome Strika. Thanks for being here. I do know Strika might just be trying to get his stuff set up here. He's having a little technical difficulties, but let's just get right into it, guys. At least Airborne. What are you thinking? What's going on in your mind right now?
I don't know. I just think this is the last, shakeout before we're going to the moon. Well, I don't know if we're going to go to the moon, but I don't know. I study all stuff and look at all the data, watch. That's pretty much my life is crypto 24/7. And I just think we'll just shake out all the what is it, the pans everyone always says. I think we could potentially see 38K, but I don't know. 40K I've heard is a pretty strong resistance right now, and we bounced off of that, and I don't even know what we're at right now. So one perspective, the way that I'm thinking about it is, like the summer dip that we had when we just kept going and going. My portfolio is similar. It's similar to what I had in the summer. It has as low as it did in the summer when I was really kind of freaking out after, the big run up last year. But my portfolio is definitely down quite a bit. But I don't know. You just look at the data, the charts. And if we go down and we are in a bear market, all the data and everything will just be wrong. It'll be the first time I think in history that we're not actually, history repeats itself, and everything is showing that we're bottomed out right now. Like we're this to keep going up. So that's pretty much where I'm at.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I'm at too. If this does become some sort of reversal, and we'll kind of talk about that when I go over the Bitcoin today. I was really hammering on the Bitcoin charts earlier, really trying to break things down to look for things that maybe I missed. And I'm going to show you guys something that's just crazy that I'm going to be kind of talking about, and how I do think that we might be gearing up to go on another wave to the upside. I think it's heavily going to depend on tomorrow's weekly close. So that's really, that always seems like, those first, 6-12 hours of that weekly close almost kind of dictates the direction of the market sometimes for the week, or, a better half of the week at least. So yeah, it's I do think that things are really, things are really, down in the dumps right now. It stinks. Everybody's portfolio is red. I bought the dip. So I bought some VGX and I bought Ergo. Those are my two that I've been kind of focusing on this round. So of course I've got my CKB holding and all of that. And I'll never touch that for quite a while.
Yeah.
That's my moon bag.
Nice. Here, I mean, I haven't touched my CKB. I haven't sold any. Stormex, I'm still holding on to, completely undervalued. I did sell off a little bit, bought some more VGX. I'm just super bullish on VGX, especially at the prices right now. I bought a little bit today, a couple $100 worth, but man, VGX is my number one. I got Stormex and CKB are number 2 and 3. So
nice. And then Strika, were you able to get your feed working? Oh, I'm seeing that he's got a very bad network connection, so not sure what's going on there. I'm just going to leave his feed up, and hopefully through this Restream browser, that's what we're using right now to do this live stream, I can see that his connection is a 0 out of 10. So there might be some internet issues because he is in Australia, joining us from Australia. So I tell you what, Airborne, do you want to just kind of go through your normal routine on the
market update,
the crypto markets?
Yeah, sure. I got it all pulled up, ready to go.
Okay, let me pull you up here.
All right,
getting a little feed.
You guys hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay,
but I'm getting a little bit of feedback off of your window that I'm sharing.
Oh, I wonder because it asked me to share system audio when I first joined. I don't know if that has something to do with it.
Yeah.
Let me go back in. So I unchecked it this time, and then let me just reshare it. Okay. So try it now. Do you hear feedback right now?
Testing. We're good.
1, 2, 3.
I think we're
1, 2,
good.
3.
Thank you, Chris, for letting us know, and me for letting us know about that. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
It's fixed. Okay, cool.
Okay.
All right. So we're not doing as crazy down like we were the other day, but we still are down about 1%. Bitcoin's making a comeback right now, almost touching 42,000, up 0.33%. ETH's down though about 2.37, $3,100. Solana's up 2%. It's pretty good, up or at $143. Cardano's down, but yeah, just some. It's like a mix between red and green right now. Let's take a look at top gainers. We got Assemble Protocol. Never heard of that one, but that's up 15.3%. Power Ledger's up. Looks like it got a nice little spike there, up 13.01%. But not much green. There's some, but majority of the market's down right now. But jumping over to the top losers last 24 hours, we got Gitcoin, GTC. I don't think I'm down about 10%. Curve DAO, that was recently listed on Voyager, down 9.11%. We got Loop Rings down, but yeah, majority of the market's down right now.
Does it show any of the biggest winners and biggest losers?
This is for Coinbase. I don't know exactly where they do it. That's why when I go to Crypto Bubbles, I'll do the top 100 right now. So more as a visual, you can see what the top 100 that are green or what's red.
Nice.
But let's look at our favorites.
I got a ton of that Raven coin that I just saw popping around.
Yeah.
I mined a ton of Raven coin like a year or two ago, and it's stuck in some wallet. I don't know how to get to it. I'm so mad.
Raven coin. I've heard of it just from doing my updates, but I've never actually looked into it. What did you mine it like with your GPU or something? Or
yeah,
was it
GPU mining. Yep.
Okay. But yeah, man, everything's red. Helium's down, Stormex is down, Seek is down. Man, Solana's up though. Solana's up a little bit. Link's up. Bitcoin's up. Voyager token down a little bit. But
nice.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a little bit of recovery.
A little bit, yeah. Let's crypto fear and greed.
Market
get to
cap's
that.
up too.
Yep. Little blip, it looks like. We're at 1.96 trillion, up a little bit from, yesterday. Bitcoin dominance, I didn't check. We've been going up a bit, so yep. So it looks like Bitcoin dominance is going up a little bit. Looks like we're sideways a tiny bit, 0.52%. So that's kind of
last time we'll go over Bitcoin dominance. When I pulled a live stream the other night, we could see that Bitcoin dominance is squeezing really hard right now. There's a big descending triangle. So maybe we'll get the drop and get some momentum upwards. I'm seeing Striker.
There he
Hey,
is.
brother, can you hear us okay?
I hope you can hear me. I can
yep.
finally hear you.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining us, bro.
My bipolar disorder just went off the Richter. But anyway, we'll save that for another chat.
Nice. Well, thanks for joining us, man. It's what time is it in Australia? 2? Somewhere in there?
Yeah, just after 2 p.m.
Okay. Nice. Not bad. Not bad. Yeah, thanks again for stopping by. And you have any thoughts on the crypto market as it sits right now?
Man, I am probably, actually, to be completely honest with everyone, the most confused that I've been since I started. Again, I know all the telltale signs that everybody talks about on like on Twitter and stuff like that, and red days, don't be worried, buy it up. That's all well and good if you've got a heap of spare cash just laying around that you haven't already bought up all the other dips with. So I'm sitting here at the moment and everything is on the best sale at the moment. I wish I could buy it all. I've got like 10, maybe 15 different like tokens and coins that I'd like to be buying up at the moment. But yeah.
Nice. Made me think of this tweet that I replied to. I think it was the investing guy earlier today. He said, blood on the streets, fear and greed was 10. I said, hashtag BTFD, unless you're this guy. When you see other people buying the dips, but you guys still have any money? I was like, yo,
I heard Crypto TA has been saying that around, I think it's the 10th, January 10th for you guys, we might be looking at a reversal back to the upside. So kind of hoping for that. And other than that, I'm just sitting and waiting like everyone else, I guess.
Nice.
Yeah, crypto, at least the crypto fear and greed index jumped up, man. I think 10 was like one of the lowest that we've been for a while. That was yesterday. So we jumped back to 13 points. We're still in extreme fear now. But if you look at the 1-year chart on the crypto fear and greed index, that dump yesterday, 10, we haven't hit 10 since, what was this? Since the 21st of July when we had that little mini bear market for a couple months. And then I think we hit a 10, 30th of May, 2021. And then if you even go back even farther, even before that, we haven't hit a 10, I think, since the crypto or the Corona crash. Yeah.
So what's interesting about this chart that you pulled up, I'm glad you did, is that we can see that, we're hitting all these numbers, and just look at where things went after we hit a 10. This people got extremely greedy. It almost appears right after we hit some of these very low numbers.
It's like instant boom.
This could be a silver lining to this, and I'm hoping that we can see the market kind of bounce.
I have a crazy feeling. I just feel it. I feel like it's like a repeat of last year, the beginning of the year. It's like, towards the end of January, middle of January, is like everything just started to take off again.
Yeah.
New year, you got, all the big institutions and whatnot, all fresh off their books. So they're looking to add for the year. So, but yeah, I thought this was pretty interesting. And talking about Bitcoin, just kind of leading into it, I had this article. I didn't drop a video today, but there really wasn't much stuff going on. Everyone just is talking about an arena bear market and whatnot. But we probably can jump into some Bitcoin TA after this. But this was a pretty interesting article. They're saying that Bitcoin's eyeing 35,000. That's even lower than what I've been hearing. But it's painting a death cross. So I don't know if we had a death cross. The 50-day moving average fell below the 200. Forming a death cross, but historically the previous bear crosses, death crosses that we've had haven't really had much of an impact, according to this article, saying at least over the last 2 years. Because as soon as we crossed, at least shortly after, we had like a run up. So I just thought that was pretty. This death cross this time looks dangerous, just because we had fundamentally what's going on in the world. You have the decision to unwind on the loose monetary policies, including dialing back its $120 billion month asset purchasing program, followed by 3 hikes. in 2022. So you had that Fed meeting and all that FUD going on with the death cross. So that's why they're saying it's a little bit more dangerous this time. So yeah, that's all I had for market update. Everyone's just fear what's going on.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see what does happen, and we'll definitely take a quick peek at these death cross situations, and I'm going to show you guys something that like I said, I spent probably an hour looking at charts today, just trying to figure out, what the heck is going on? What am I missing? If I'm missing anything, and this conclusion that I've come to is that we are just finishing out an ABC retracement. And I don't know, did you have anything else to add here, Airborne?
No, I think
As
I
far
watched
as
a
the
video.
news goes?
No, nothing news wise.
Okay.
I did watch videos today. Like I always said, don't listen to YouTubers. We're YouTubers. We're just some dudes on the internet that like talking about crypto, and that's our passion. But I was watching some guys today, just kind of getting a feel of what everyone's thinking and whatnot, even though it could be totally wrong. Like everyone said, we're going to top out in December. We didn't. But there was it the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's that called again? The Elliott wave theory. Yeah, they were talking about that, and I think we did it last night on the Heroes Hangout where you're saying that we're at that 5, like we dipped all the way down to that 5. And
so we'll get into that, and I'll show you guys what's going on. I've got a couple theories here, and I could explain this with the charts here. If you guys want, I can just pull up my chart.
Yeah, I didn't have. Yeah, that'd be fine. I don't have any other things except this game, this DeFi Kingdom.
Oh yeah, you want to talk about that quick? Because that's sweet.
Yeah,
you can.
So Cryptos Are Us talked about it in one of the videos he did the other day, and I was just like looking into it because I was like, what is this? So essentially, what this is it's on the Harmony One blockchain, which is number 45. Currently, if you guys haven't heard about this, so I guess this is a game. It's called DeFi Kingdoms, and within the game, they have their own coin. You only can get it in the game, I think. And it's called the Jewel token, DeFi Kingdoms Jewel, and it's
okay.
And it's kind of like why not going down with the rest of the market, because you can only buy and trade it within the game. And I'll show you guys this in a second. It's pretty interesting. You can see it's just been doing pretty well the last 90 days.
Yeah, there's Elliott wave theory within that for sure.
Yeah, see, you can only get this within the game. It's kind of crazy to think about. So what I did is, I added the Harmony One, wallet to my MetaMask. I went to crypto.com. I bought some Harmony One tokens. I transferred that over to my MetaMask. And then I went over to, game.defykingdoms.com. So when you get there, it'll ask you to connect your MetaMask wallet here. And I think you can only, once you have your Harmony One total, let you go in here and explore. So yeah, not the greatest game. It's like old school 8-bit and what. But they have all these different places you can explore. So if you click on the marketplace, there's a bunch of different things you can click on. There's a trader. So this is kind of like a DEX within the game where you can click on your Harmony One and then swap it with your Jewel. So this is how you can get your Jewel. So this is what I did. I had my Harmony One, I clicked, and then I, converted it over to Jewel. So I had the Jewel tokens, which I guess this is how you can maneuver around in the game and use different things. So I did that, and then I went back to here, and then they have this thing called the Gardens. So this is like where you do your farming and your staking. You click on Seed Box here. So here's where you're get up to 519.6% with the Jewel -MIS pairing, or there's a whole bunch of different things. There's Wrapped Matic, Jewel, Superbid, Wrapped Bitcoin, AVAX, One Jewel. But look at the APR you can get right now on this.
Nice. So
I just have to get some more, different pairings. I don't have any of this right now, and add it, and then I can start staking, I guess, for 489%. And then there's this other weird thing called Harvest, where when you plant your LP seeds in the gardens, you can earn the Harvest Jewel. So it's kind of like you stake, you get the Jewel. But yeah, I was messing around with this the last day. I don't know if anyone in the comments, you guys heard about this and whatnot, but this is kind of crazy to think about, because this traditionally in all the crypto markets, you can only get this jewel coin within the game.
That's
so
awesome.
It's not like people can buy and sell this and it has no effect on what's going on. So I think this is start seeing in the game, like the crypto gaming world, where there's these coins within the game that you can get and whatnot. But
Right.
yeah, that's my feel, if that even made sense. I'm still trying to learn this, but I thought this is pretty crazy.
Yeah. What was that there, Striker?
I kind of like how it's like old school with the 8-bit or whatever it was that you called it, and like you go around, you got your little farm to do farming, like the marketplace. It all just makes sense. It makes sense, and to give it that old school touch it's kind of cool.
Yeah,
I'm not a huge fan of the one coin or token or whatever it is personally, but I don't know. This could be something quirky to get me back in to have a look.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And that's what George was saying from Cryptos RS, this is where I heard about it. He's like, I have no idea how to play the game. I don't know anything about it. He's like, I just know that once you go to your garden, you get your jewel tokens, you can start, staking it with these different pairings and get 512%. So he said he had a couple. He threw some money into this, and I guess he's just waiting, and then he's going to put another video out on it. So I was like, I'm going to look into this. And so I looked into that the other night. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff in here. It gets crazy.
This is a great example of the pay to play, or the play and earn concept. I was reading an article, or I was watching a video or reading an article. I'm looking at crypto stuff so much, guys. Like I can't remember where I saw this. There is right now, I think it was in Nigeria. I think the unemployment rate is like 33%. Somewhere in there, about a third of people are out of work, unfortunately. The people that are working, I think the average wage per day or something was like $3 a day, but they were making like $150 a month, 150 USD a month. There's a game like this, and I can't remember what the name of the game was. I'll try to find that article and tweet it out. But there was a game where a lot of these people, like in Nigeria, have started turning to these online crypto games, and now all of a sudden they're making like $300 to $550 a month. Yeah. So I was this is so huge to really break down that economic barrier and the the economic disadvantages that are just scattered throughout the world. So, I mean, as long as you can get a phone or get some access to some internet, I mean, you could definitely take part in this. And I mean, shit, these guys and gals are cleaning up. I mean, they're making probably more money than some of the more prestigious positions in the community are making just by playing a game. So I was pretty psyched about that.
Yeah, so real time, I just clicked on the bank. This is, I guess, where I can stake my jewel. Let's just do it live. It's like $30 in jewel, 1.64. So I guess I deposit max. What is it? Okay, approve. It's going to dox my MetaMask wallet, whatever. No.
Ooh.
All right, so
password 1234.
Is that it? Like, let's click in here and see if it's pending. Okay, so it's pending right now. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna start staking my jewel. There we go, approved.
Nice. So that's that's pretty quick.
Yeah, I'm now staking my jewel on DeFiKingdoms.com, but I don't know like what the APY is. Does it say anywhere?
Looks like there's over $1 million in liquidity. Is that what I'm seeing there?
There's $814 million being staked. Is that right? 1.1 billion total.
Oh, okay. Oh, my eyes are not good right now.
But yeah, I don't know what I'm doing right now, guys, but I guess I'm staking my jewel here. Hopefully I don't forget about it and APR or whatever.
Yeah, interesting. Well, we'll have to keep updated on this because I'm interested in this, especially this game stuff. It's good. Just to mess around with this stuff when you're bored, make some money, check in on things. kind of like having one of them old Tamagotchis or Pokemon. Did you guys ever have any of those little keychain things?
Yeah. The
Yeah, man, I had
Tamagotchis. I used-
Tamagotchis, and then we moved on to Digimon.
That's right. I had a couple of those too. Yeah. Airborne still got his. Buttons
Is it
are all
still
worn
alive?
out.
my
Probably.
my Game Boy Color.
Oh yeah, those. But yeah, let's jump into the charts here. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen here. So hang on, don't get freaked out by that. Let me know when you. Hey, Airborne and Striker, can you guys see this screen here? Is it the chart? Okay, cool. So I'm operating in my new studio, and right now I've only got one monitor plugged in, and I'm running my computer like on a completely different side of my house. So this is I'm still waiting for my other monitor to get here. It's been crazy. So let's jump right into this, folks. So like I was saying with Bitcoin, I'm trying to find, some advantage to, what exactly is going on with Bitcoin. And this is just kind of something that I came up with. We can see that there might have been some Elliott wave theory in this fashion here. It doesn't really matter the structure. I just think that you could argue this either way. But then from there, we had a very nice ABC retracement that happened. And then you can kind of see this is what's throwing me off. And this is what I didn't catch onto within the last month or two because I just wasn't looking carefully enough. But this could have been perfect Elliott wave theory to the upside. And this might be an ABC pattern. And we might be gearing up for another move like this. And when we're starting to really think about the bigger picture and why this Sunday's weekly close is so important, we'll get into that in just a second. This is going to make sense. So, as you guys know, with Elliott wave theory, or maybe you don't know, basically what we're doing is we're looking for these impulse waves to the upside. And the rule of thumb is that 0.2 cannot be lower than your starting point, 0.4 cannot be lower than 0.2, and then 0.2 to 3 cannot be the smallest wave. So that's something that we're just kind of looking for. And, here I was thinking that this would have been 0.0, this would have been 1, here would have been 2, this would have been 3. But check this out. This was the sneakiest price action I think I've ever seen. So if we go ahead and start I'm just going to move this out of the way. This would just be C. But if we go ahead and start our 0.1 stretch here, we can see that 0.0, and look at this. This is how close this came. So we can see that technically 0.2 did not come down lower than 0.0. So this is 0 to 1, 1 to 2. And so then you can see where 3 to 4 hit, and then up to 0.5. And then we can see that this could be an ABC retracement pattern right now. Currently with Bitcoin, we are seeing a symmetrical triangle formation. I can just tell this by looking at these candles on the daily. We'll zoom in on this. Let's just go to a 1 hour chart. We can kind of see, maybe we don't have a symmetrical triangle formation. It's close. Well, there's a squeeze going on here. You can see this. There is a little bit of a symmetrical triangle formation. This is what's called a bull pennant. And we got a nice bull flagpole with a pennant formation. A flag. This is a pennant. I'm all over the place right now. I'm trying to multitask and look into the camera and all this sorts of stuff. So we might be seeing a little bit of a reversal here. This is great to see on a short-term scale. But like I said, if this pattern resets, we might be seeing a nice nice restart of this Elliott wave theory, and we might be seeing another move kind of like this from here up to here, and we might be seeing another retracement, and then we might be seeing another rip to the upside. So I think that there is a possibility that we could be at a point C right now, gearing up for a retracement. And like I was saying before, why this Sunday's close matters, why the price in the next 24 hours matters the most. And if we really just kind of delete everything and throw up some more Elliott wave theory, I know you guys are getting sick of this. This is my other theory, is that we might be gearing up to see something like this. And it's a very similar situation as to what we had going on down here. So check this out. With that said, here is point 2. Point 4 cannot come down lower than point 2. So this, we're just going to throw this right here. And then we're just going to zoom in because I want to refine this trend line to make sure that we are spot on. Okay.
So you said that point 4 can't go below point 2. So actually what this is showing us is that we still could go down to that line that you just drew with the 4.
We can't go lower than it. I'd like to see it. The price
what's the
tag
lowest
needs. So
what's the lowest you can move the 4?
So the lowest that this can move to is the price of 0.2, whatever that is, right around $39,721. But if we go a penny or two lower than that, okay, you could maybe argue the fact that there was some sort of manipulative effect, that there still is some sort of Elliott wave theory in play. I think depending on the time frame, that's the key. If it's just like a scam wick down, but you guys can kind of see where I'm going with this.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, what if you're a big whale, got billions of dollars, and I follow you, and you're like, oh, or let's just dump it.
Yeah,
you'll have that wick down that'll go below it, and you'll be like, oh crap. You would be able to tell that's manipulation, right?
Possibly. So it's we're at a crucial point right now too on the weekly. Price action is underneath this 50 moving average. So with that said, that's not a good thing to be at, and we definitely need to close this weekend on a positive note, above that line, so we might be able to advance to this higher level. Quite possibly, because like I've mentioned in all the other videos and all the other live streams that I do, once price action slips under this 50, historically on the weekly chart, we have never recovered, and we've always slipped into a bear market. So this is really kind of make or break. And we got RSI, just chilling down here. It's at a great spot, 41, 42, somewhere in there. You can see in previous instances when we were down this low, we got some nice bounces. Kind of going back to your fear and greed index indicator chart that you had brought up, Airborne. I do think that there's some similarities.
Yeah, like we're bleeding out. Like this is bringing me back memories of the past, like the summer when we were dipping so low. When I got and been in the market for a while, and I was like, my portfolio, I was like, fudge. I was like, is this it? Like I had that thought in the very back of my head during the time. That's kind of like what's happening now. Now that I'm more in tune with what's going on, and I study the charts and pay attention a little bit more than what I did then. I think we might have bottomed out. Not financial advice.
Possibly.
I hate saying that, but I don't know. It's just we've been bleeding out so much. It's just the fear and greed index. I love using that as a great indicator. It's like, man, we hit a 10. That was like the absolute like bottom. Like crap. Like you know what I mean? So.
Yeah, the market suffered a 41% retracement since November. So that is significant amount, to say the least. So 41% retracement has stock traders, tweaking out hardcore. But us crypto traders, we're just so used to this. It's just,
I know.
It's like a little slap on the wrist.
Can you take a look at during the summer and how big of a percentage drop that we did from like when we first started going downtrending to the very peak? I want to see if that's kind of similar to what's going on now.
So are you talking about this April when we peaked in April the first time, or when we got that second all-time high?
Yeah. So like, what was the percentage drop from the top there down to the very bottom in July or whenever the heck it was? Like, what was the?
About 55% roughly.
Ooh, okay. So then from
So
point number 3 to where we're at now, you said that was
about 41 and change. So not bad. I mean, that's not bad at all. And even off this last correction from 1 to 2, I mean, it looks significant. And they're about
20.
just under 25%. So that's pretty crazy to think. Here we are, on the lower side of things. And I do think that, if price comes down and it really strikes lower than this 0.2 level, that we will really be hurting. The other thing with this as well is, when you start thinking of that head and shoulders pattern, there is definitely a noticeable head and shoulders pattern, and there's just no questions about this at all. We've got a very clean neckline. So if we can really defeat this thing, I think we'll be sitting really nice. But for now, as long as the market, people are scared, and we're seeing these numbers, these fearful numbers hit the charts, man, I don't know. But the silver lining is here too, that there might be a head and shoulders here, but what if the market reverses? Will we see some sort of inverse head and shoulders to take us up to new all-time highs? I guess, I don't know. There could be something there.
Crypto TA put out a good video today. I watched it and retweeted it, but he was just talking about like a macro perspective of just the whole crypto total market cap. He did it. I think he charted it with Bitcoin and without it, and he just like zoomed out all the way, like literally all the way. And he was kind of talking about how when we like 2-3 years or 4 years from now, when we look back at this past year or whatever, it's going to be just a little blip in the grand scheme of when we hit $25-30 trillion total crypto market cap. I thought it was pretty interesting. He's like, yeah, this is just I think he was looking at the weekly for Bitcoin maybe or something.
Yeah.
But he's like, yeah, guys, this is just a normal dip. He's like, we needed this to keep continuing to go up.
Yeah. 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 He puts out a lot of good stuff. So you guys, I tried to get him on the stream tonight. He's got some other obligations that he needs to tend to. So unfortunately, we couldn't have Crypto TA with us tonight. But yeah, he does good videos, good work. So follow him as well. And I mean, we can kind of see that, when we look at the daily RSI on Bitcoin, that this thing is kind of falling into a wedge. So for those of you guys that are out there looking for patterns, always remember to look in like the RSI, stuff like that, for any patterns that might be emerging there, because where there's data, you can find patterns. So hopefully we get something out of this, and I do think that we might see some of the strength come back to Bitcoin, and hopefully we get a nice bounce like this to the upside. And hopefully we see the price action just go up to the moon. So with that said, you guys want to do some TA on some alts, or do you guys have anything that you want to cover?
Let's do Voyager token.
Striker?
My number one.
What you got for us, Striker? What do you want?
StormX.
StormX. StormX. Oh, man. Oh, that's a good coin. I was torn today. I bought the dip. I picked up Ergo and CKB, or no, I picked up Ergo and VGX on this dip. StormX was like in the back of my mind, and I just couldn't make up my mind as to what I wanted to buy. So those were my choices. It is what it is.
Even the way it sounds a little bit bitter even in your mouth. It's StormX.
Yeah. No, I hear you there. Like I hear you. Yeah, StormX. Like This cannot be good. But yeah, here we got the Voyager charts. This is just kind of from where I left off the other day. Really, Voyager, unfortunately, kind of broke down. I think I was kind of speculating right around these $2.40 ish levels based off a Fibonacci retracement from about here. So we did come down and hit these $2.43 levels. I think that's kind of what I was speculating on. For the most part, I think that we may be gearing up to, if Bitcoin turns around, I think Voyager will do as well. But I do think that we are gearing up to an important event next Saturday. I think whenever the January 16th is, and I do think that could be a very significant reversal point. And I'm just going to make sure that this stuff is lined up so we can get something down to the hour for you guys. So January 14th. So January 14th, about 9 p.m. ish, give or take a few hours, and that's Central Time. So calculate that out, set a reminder, say, hey, look at Voyager token around these dates and see what's up. So price came right down to where we thought it would. And I do think that we are possibly, like I said, I'm beating a dead horse here, but we might be seeing this thing really, maybe gear up for some sort of inverse head and shoulders pattern to develop here. It's just a matter of waiting till this January 14th date, in my opinion, on Voyager. And I do think that, we could also sit here and just kind of like what we did with Bitcoin, just kind of draw out, an ABC pattern or some sort of retracement, because let's face it, this thing ran from $1.86 up to $5.82 in like a month. So this thing damn near 4 or 5x'd. And then we are seeing the retracement side of things, unfortunately. And to boot, we could also argue that, hey, this made for one heck of a head and shoulders pattern, because we do have a pretty clean neckline that is visible. So to see price maybe come down to, back down to this $2.40 level-ish from here, it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me to see this thing really kind of just trade sideways until that 14th date. I'm really interested in that 14th date, though. I do think we're going to see something happen with time sequence.
Yeah, we're coming up on a full moon, I think, around that time, and usually when we hit full moons is when we go up, and then when there's new moons, which is what we just had, where we go down, which is what we're doing. But that's the astrology portion, indicator, moon phases.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just want to do one more thing here. And so, like I think I said in the last video, the 786, very popular retracement level to go through. This is on a grander scale. So from these lows up to this high, we can see that we are kind of tangling with the 786. This is a very powerful level for reversals to happen on, especially on a larger time frame. So it's not surprising to see price kind of hanging down where it is. But yeah, that's Voyager for right now. It is what it is. I think $2.40 to $2.72 is where we will kind of bleed out until this January 14th date. But let's go ahead and pull up StormX for Strika. And you can see how this thing was in one heck of a nice symmetrical triangle squeeze. We'll just switch over to the daily. And this was a beautiful bull flag pull, Elliott wave theory. And we can see that there was, just like everything else tonight, this ABC corrective wave that hit into a symmetrical triangle. And we can kind of bank when we see that, okay, hey, this thing might be gearing up for a move to the upside. Of course, Bitcoin has done its thing to break us from this trend line. So I'm hoping we don't see StormX drift too much lower. I'm kind of hoping that we get some sort of reversal similar to Voyager. Let's just see if we can throw up a time sequence here and just see if there's anything really on the horizon. And just looking at this in hindsight, we can see that time sequence predicted a reversal point right here or very close to it. Same with right here, this whole downfall. But the next time frame you're going to want to look at for StormX is April 30th, 2022. I'm hoping that we don't see StormX drift to the downside here. And I can't remember, guys, did we ever try to do a Gartley pattern on this? Do you guys remember? I don't remember if we did.
I don't think so.
This is looking like a bullish Gartley.
So.
Okay, let's just try this once. And like I said, I apologize if we attempted this before, but I just do so much TA on so many coins that I have a hard time remembering what I'm doing. Oh man, well, this may not be good. Okay, so let's just go ahead here and throw up a little Fibonacci just to. Okay, and so right now out of the gates, man, I don't know, guys. What I'm looking for here is, I don't know about this wick right here. Typically I'd go for like the top of this wick, but maybe I'm just going to leave it at these other 3 wicks here. What I'm looking for is a piercing of the 61.8. And so I want you guys just to take this with a grain of salt. Okay. So we've got the 786 and the 61.8. This is where I like to see these little wicks wick up to, when it comes to my C point of a Gartley. And let's go ahead here and get rid of this. So bear with me 1 second, folks. And we are going to just kind of throw up a little Fibonacci retracement. So I'm going to put this right down to the same levels. And so what I'm looking for here is for price action to really come down to the 61.8, but not lower than the 786. So with that said, this has pierced 786 greatly. So I do think that there is, the bullish Gartley is off the table for this. But then I'm seeing kind of another setup here. Let's just look at this once. Okay, let's check this out, because this may be something here. So this is a possible C point, and then I'm going to delete this. We're going to throw. Okay, so now we are getting this 786. It kind of pierced through a little bit, but we're not going to get too excited about that. So let's go ahead and get rid of this. And then we are going to throw up. Okay, so this is what I was afraid of. So we may be, in fact, gearing up to see. Bear with me 1 second. I mean, I'm kind of getting some conflicting numbers here in this Gartley. But I would say that there could be a chance that we see this 0.01786 level being the bottom. But if things get really nasty, this thing could wander on down to 0.01292-ish, somewhere in there. So that's kind of where StormX sits. And it's really interesting that we get the 127 where it is, because if we look closely, that does line up with this bounce here and this bounce here, some resistance levels over here. So that makes sense to me. So I do think that for StormX, things are going to get worse before they get better, possibly. It could be at a pivot point right now with this 127 point right down at these levels. Because when I look at this number here, it's telling me that this could possibly be a reversal point. So are we getting anything in the comments section? I'm unable to look at this because I'm plugged into the charts.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people wanting a bunch of TA on certain
Chris
coins.
said that he calls his ex-girlfriend Stormex or just crazy.
What's that?
Chris was right
Oh, yeah.
in the comment section. Basically said that he calls his ex-girlfriend Stormex or just plain crazy.
Yeah, man, I don't know.
Yeah, there's
You
a bunch
gotta-
of comments on TA for Cosmos, Harmony, BT, VET, XYO, VVVS or VVS.
XYO. Have we done TA on XYO? Man, that's a mouthful.
Let's check it out.
Gosh,
XYO Network.
I heard about that years ago when I downloaded the app. I bought a little Sentinel thing where you can like drive around and you get the XYO coin, but I never got enough to where I can withdraw it. And that was like way back when the price was nothing, like in 2019, I think I downloaded the app, or 2019. I have like maybe like 5,000 XYO, but I can't withdraw it because it's stuck on the app and you need at least 10,000 to send it to your address or whatever. But
I've got nearly 3,000. I literally just before this stream went for a big walk. Apparently, like moving around with it makes it work better. So I went for a big walk with the kids and stuff and racked up a heap of coins.
Nice. So you said you picked some up, Striker?
I used the coin app, so I just geo mine it.
That's sick. Yeah. No, I mean XYO. Like I said, thanks for filling me in on that and filling everyone else in on that. First thing out of the gates, I see a head and shoulders pattern from the data that's provided by TradingView. Looks like they plugged into this coin September of 21. So there's a lot more history that we're not seeing here. So that kind of stings. But, it is what it is. And let's just try to figure out what exactly happened with XYO. And let me know in the comments or in the chat stream if you're holding XYO. But we can see that there was a very nasty drawdown here. And there might have been some sort of there might have been some sort of Gartley pattern that had formed here as well. But for now, we can just throw up a little some trend lines here and just really kind of see what we're coming up with. So right now we can kind of see that there may or may not be some sort of falling wedge that's happening. We are on the daily chart trading pretty far away from this Ichimoku cloud. So one thing I look for when trading is the distance of price action to the cloud. It's relevant. So the farther we are from the cloud, like for example up here, there's the higher the chance that we will see price action reel itself back in towards the cloud. So we can't really just drop down to here and be super far away from this cloud. It just doesn't happen. It could, but it's just not likely. So we are kind of seeing somewhat of an ABCDE corrective wave take place here, and we can see this because we can kind of draw this out, and I'm hoping that this is going to be the bounce point where we see price action really leave this falling wedge and maybe come down and test this 50 moving average, something like this. The one thing it's got going for it, price action is away from the cloud, but we have this red conversion line arcing sideways parallel to the baseline. What I'm looking for is this conversion line to just kind of slightly start arcing up, and we're going to see this price explosion happen right up to this 50 moving average a lot of times, or even up to this baseline average. So you can kind of see here's a good example of where the price action or where the conversion line arced upwards, and we saw a tremendous price explosion happen. So with that said, I think that XYO might be looking for a breakout here to the upside. Of course, that's going to be very pending Bitcoin and what it does. If we get a solid recovery out of Bitcoin in the next week, it wouldn't surprise me to see this thing bounce. So let's get on to the next coin. What do you guys got for me? Whoa. I'll try not to That looked trippy. So I hate going into the Restream app when I'm streaming off this one monitor because it looks all crazy. I thought I heard somebody had said like Harmony 1.
What did they say? There was.
And when I think of like Harmony 1, I don't know about you guys. I think of like that dating app that you see everybody like meeting people on.
Yeah. What
It's
is
just
it?
kinda
Is it
like-
eHarmony? eHarmony.
Oh,
Can't
eHarmony.
think of-
That's what I'm thinking of. Two totally different things. So that's
Dude.
just funny though.
I'm curious for a
Does it have to
dating
be?
blockchain app or something like that. They're gonna come out with something crazy. I don't know how you would do that, but I'm sure there already is something maybe.
Yeah, for sure. There very well could be. And I think that there was some Elliott wave theory to the upside here. You know, we're looking at a daily, and this lasted since really the coronavirus. So we saw this thing go down. Wow, look at this. 0.001. Imagine dumping $100 into it down here. Whew. And then this thing peaked at about 40 cents. So, oh man, what an opportunity, and big congratulations to all the shareholders on that, because damn, that's looking pretty good. But we can see that price action, you know, there's a few trend lines that we could really kind of pay attention to. What exactly is going on here? Looks like there is some sort of a symmetrical triangle squeeze for Harmony 1. It does look like there might even be some sort of inverse head and shoulders. Oh, I take that back. I'm not seeing a really healthy neckline here. So when I'm looking for these head and shoulders patterns, I like to see a really healthy neckline, and we're just lacking that right here. I would have liked to see price action come up like this, but nonetheless, there could possibly be a cup and handle here to boot, and it almost looks like we're going to really drill down on this one. Okay. It almost looks like this thing might be forming some sort of ascending triangle, which is a very bullish pattern to be seen. And I do think that Harmony 1 might be gearing for a little bump to the upside here. Let's just try to figure out if it does start ripping where we might end up. At least on a short-term scale, I'd say anywhere 37 cents to 40 cents would be somewhat conservative. Bear with me 1 second here. I'm just gonna.
Hey, Six Fig, I think you're sharing my screen.
Sharing your screen?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I'm on a chart here.
Like in the mini screen that you can see of us.
Yeah.
Because I was looking around the VGX Hero Discord and I was looking at the live stream. I was like, oh crap.
Here we
seeing
go.
what I'm looking at.
There we go.
Thanks.
Okay. Yep.
Good thing I wasn't
My
looking
bad.
at no, I'm just joking.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
All good
so
now.
Airborne.
I was looking at the VGX Heroes Discord. I try to multitask as we're doing this.
Oh, yeah.
Sure, that's what they're calling it.
Yeah. So I see where your priorities are at. I see. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, I think that you know, on a grander scale, if this thing starts to rip, you know, this thing's really toying with the 786. Like I said before, this is a very powerful level for reversals to happen at. So if we don't break through this 786 via this little ascending triangle that I just pointed out, I think that this thing is going to be in for some hurting. And I do think that there might be a chance at that point we could see some sort of head and shoulders pattern form. But I do think that this thing has a solid ascending triangle that is forming right now. And, you know, on a grander scale, look for this 44 cents to 53 cent level. So this thing has a potential to maybe at least 1x or 2x from here. You know, maybe even up to the 62 cent level. Just a guess. But without spending too much more time on this, we got about 30 people in the stream, so that's good. I've got time for like, let's
CKB.
do
Gotta do CKB.
2 more. CKB? Okay. We'll do CKB, and then we will do whoever.
Yeah, make it a contest.
Yeah, so let's see here.
Why?
So I'm going to say drop your favorite coin. Well, what I'll do, Airborne, I'm going to have you drop a comment that says drop your crypto coin that you want me to review.
Whoever
and then once I give you the go ahead, it'll be the first person to respond to that after you drop it.
Sounds good.
So we'll just kind of go through CKB here and just wait for that in the comments section, folks. And we'll get to your coin. So right now, like I've been saying with CKB, everybody, CKB is still sitting good, and it was really in a great position when this Bitcoin crash and the whole market crash started. We were flying pretty high, and so when it comes to CKB, we have been really trading off this November of 2020 trend line, which is super important because since then, through all the ups and downs, through all the craziness, we have still been on the up and up via this trend line. So this is super important, but we are nearing the edge of this trend line. So one thing I don't want to see is for this trend line to be broken, meaning I don't want to see price action do a nasty, head and shoulders move or something like this. I'd like to see price action stay, above, this trend line here. So I do think that this little symmetrical triangle squeeze, it was expected, but I do think that we could possibly see this 0.017-ish region CKB hit the books, and we could see that this would result in a very nice corrective wave to the downside in an ABC fashion. So, we might be just seeing something like this play out. And let's just throw up a little time sequence because I really love, look at this. So just by measuring this swing high to this swing low, this time sequence right here was pretty accurate at predicting this momentum move to the downside. Now, there is something January 24th in that neighborhood that we may see another reversal. So it wouldn't surprise me to see something like this play out where we bounce off of this trend line somewhere down around January 24th. This is very, very highly speculative TA, but it wouldn't surprise me to see that happen. And then we would consequently get a inverse head and shoulders pattern, or possibly something like that that plays out. Maybe there would be some Wyckoff that would suggest that this could be a spring area for price to recover and start grinding back to the upside, because I just want a retest. That's all I'm asking, is for a retest of all-time highs this bull market. I don't care what else happens. I just, for my own sanity, I need that. But then let's just say we get this bounce and we see price come up like this. Well, then we've got some huge cup and handle that's formed on the charts too. So there's a lot of things to really be excited about right now with CKB, even though the price is going down. And it's, I hate saying that, but it just is what it is.
All the better for buying.
Yep, for sure. So Airborne, drop that comment, and we'll get to the very next, crypto that gets dropped, and we'll do TA on that, and then we're gonna call it a night. We always say that we try to keep these live streams to like an hour, and then we go 2.5 hours, or like the last time, Strika, myself, Marcos, we were on for like 7.5 hours or something. That was nuts.
You as well.
we were on that live stream for like 7 hours.
Ooh, Chainlink.
Chainlink, okay.
MCCC won it.
Yeah, Chainlink.
Chainlink's been killing it.
Has it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Came out of the woodwork a little bit.
So that's awesome. Yeah, this thing's been on a nice rip to the upside. Okay. This is what I like to see. So you can see that there was an ABC retracement that happened. Possibly maybe something like this. There's a very nice symmetrical triangle squeeze. And if you would have asked me about this, around this time, I would have said that, hey, there's probably going to be a continuation to the downside. But looks like this thing was able to recover. And it almost looks like we have, I'm just going to go ahead and clear this stuff. But it almost looks like there could be some sort of head and shoulders pattern that possibly, or inverse head and shoulders pattern that possibly played out here. I really want to check this out on the daily chart, though, because I'm interested in this. Okay, so what we are seeing here is a very bullish sign. Price action has forced its way through this thick part of the Ichimoku cloud, and this is a bearish Ichimoku cloud. A lot of times what I like to see is price action move through these easier portions of the cloud, thinner parts. That's usually what I like to see. But since it is doing this, we may in fact be seeing some sort of Elliott wave theory to the upside. And it wouldn't surprise me to see something like this where price action comes down for a recheck of this 200 before it moves up higher. And where this thing could go. So I would say right around this $29 level up to the $32 level would be some price targets that I would be looking for. At that point, we'd be well on top of this Ichimoku cloud. And I'd be looking for more of like some sort of symmetrical triangle to form or some sort of pennant to form, ascending triangle, name your favorite bullish pattern. If we can go ahead and get that established, there might be some more gains to the upside. But I'm just trying to look at, kind of some history here of what's going on. RSI sitting at a cool 68. This thing still has a lot of room to pump this last leg upwards. I do think in the next few days, we might see a little bit of retracement because it does look like this thing has triple topped on the daily, this 100% level. So it's showing some signs of indecisiveness, meaning we've got people selling, people buying. We know this because of these small candle bodies followed by these long wicks on either side. It's kind of like a big old tug of war that's going on. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me to see a nice little healthy pullback before this thing runs up another $3 to $5. Just my general take on this short term. So it's looking good. I like it. I like how it's defined the market the last few days. So congratulations to all the Chainlink holders. It's a solid project, I think, for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the best like Oracle coins out there. One of the like original ones.
Yeah, it's been around. We might be seeing some sort of symmetrical triangle squeeze that's taking place as well. So with that said, there might be a play to the downside here if it comes up, hits this $32 level that I was kind of talking about. So bear with me 1 second here. Let's just try to, yeah. So, man, even if we brought this up here, this could be more like what's going on. Yeah, I'd say that this thing hits anywhere between this $29 and $33 level before this thing turns around, and we could see this thing head back down towards the $17 level, which might be another buy-in spot after we top out here. But if we smash through this symmetrical triangle's off the table, and there's likely some better things ahead for it. So interesting times for Chainlink. I'll be keeping my eye on this one. for sure.
Man, I used to. I don't know. I had some chain link. I think I sold my
remember that.
position off.
Yep.
So, do you guys know much about band protocol? Does band protocol and Chainlink kind of do the same thing?
I'm not sure. I haven't heard of Bend. We could pull that one up if you want. Are you in it?
Yeah, a little bit. The
Band.
price is taking a big
Band.
dive. Yeah,
It's his OC. It's his OC accent. That's terrible accent.
Yeah.
You've got a UK accent.
Did you
It's
see
not
my?
Aussie.
Oh yeah, I Snapchatted you today. Did you see that Snapchat I sent you about that guy? It was like some kid show or something.
Oh yeah, the
guy
Aussie
from
guy.
Australia. Yeah.
Yeah. See, his accent was legit.
It's always funny to hear people's accents from all over the world.
Again,
How
if
do you
I tried to
pronounce
do an American accent, I'd butcher it too, though.
the thing in your car that like cools the liquid that cools your motor? What's that?
The radiator.
Okay, say radiator. I think UK people say radiator or something.
Oh,
So
Or I think people in my area, Jersey area,
You've
say
got
radiator.
fenders.
What's that?
yeah, that.
You guys have got fenders, and we've got bumpers.
I call them a bumper here.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, cool.
Oh, like
Yeah,
on
I
your
call
car?
them-
Yeah, we call
yeah.
fenders. The fenders are like the side parts.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I call
you guys
it.
have like a fender bender, whereas we just have a
Yeah.
crash.
Do you say aluminium or aluminum for aluminum foil?
I switch it up all the time. I say both, to be honest. Just depends on the day.
Yeah.
That's funny. I haven't heard that one before, but that's freaking funny.
I met this Australian girl. This is before I was married. Back in 2009, when I was at Oktoberfest in Germany, and like, nothing happened or anything. But her accent was awesome, and I remember. I don't know if she was from Melbourne, but everyone in like the United States or wherever, it looks like Melbourne. But then I think she
Isn't
said
it Melbourne?
pronounced Melbourne. Melbourne is how you pronounce it, right?
Melbourne. Okay.
Melbourne, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
She got
interesting.
so mad. I remember that. She's like, "Oh, it's not Melbourne or Melbourne."
I said something on the VGX chat on the Spaces yesterday, my time, and I said, "Oh, you Americans like to call it Melbourne," and a bunch of the VGX guys were like, "No, we know how to call it Melbourne."
I've called it Melbourne my entire life. So
Apparently, there's one in Florida as well.
Yeah.
Melbourne,
Been
spelled the same in Florida,
but it's Melbourne is what we say it.
A lot of my mail ends up there.
yeah. Well, I know a lot of people out in Jersey where Airborne is. You know, they refer to Florida as Florida.
Yep, my wife does that. It's weird. It's the accent. They
like-
say like Florida, or an orange is pronounced orange. The O's are like A's.
What
It's
the
weird.
hell
So
is
it's
that?
like, oh, you're gonna eat an orange. Yeah, we're gonna go to Florida.
Okay.
I don't know. I like
See ya,
accents.
bye.
I love Elizabeth's comment just now. I've been thinking the same thing. Very, very funny. There's always a disclaimer.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, you never know who's watching these now that they're growing. You kind of got to watch
Yeah.
what you say. Like, I had a dude that I was in the army with years ago randomly popped up into one of my streams, and I was like, Scott? It's like, that the Scott I was at Third ID with? And he's like, yeah, because I posted it to my Facebook like when I was streaming. I was like, that's crazy. I haven't talked to the guy in years, and he just randomly pops up. Same thing with Six Fig the other day when what's his name joined.
Oh yeah, Gloy family
Yeah.
vlogs. Yeah.
So yeah, I always gotta watch what I say now, and like to an extent. But
Yeah,
you never
not
know.
that we're
People
not
screen
that-
record. We'll screen record this, put it on Twitter. They got 1,000 like. It's crazy, but
Put stuff out of proportion.
yeah, for sure. Something to be cognizant of. But yeah, band is looking good. Elliott wave theory with a little ABC retracement. We can see that this is also known as a bull pennant. Nice big bull flagpole when we just kind of look at it this way, with a nice bull pennant, nice pennant formation, symmetrical triangle. So I would definitely think that band is probably getting ready to rip. And I would say that this thing might be a sleeper, and this might sound crazy, but this thing, if it goes to the north side, we may be seeing a $35, $29 band.
That's what I want to hear.
Crazy.
Keep telling me about that.
Yeah. So hey, Airborne and Strika, do you guys know where you can pick up band? And this is not financial advice whatsoever, peeps. So keep that in mind.
Yeah,
I get mine.
I think you can get it on Voyager, to be honest with you. I'm almost positive.
Oh, can you?
That's why it sounds so familiar, because I think, don't quote, I'm looking right now.
They're an ecosystem partner of Nervous Network. That's what got me onto them in the first place.
Yeah, you can get it on Voyager right now.
Really? Okay, Voyager. Okay.
Let me pull it up.
If it's available on KuCoin.
And Protocol, we got it on Coinsbit. Never heard of that, but that's where the most volume is. Actually, I take that back. Binance, OKX, PT.
It's on KuCoin as well.
Coinbase, blah, 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 blah. It's on a bunch of stuff.
So now let's talk the dark side of band, and let's just say that this thing breaks to the downside. This thing is if this thing fails, maybe this $2.32 level. So we're looking at a 50% retracement. And if that fails, 10 cent is a long way to fall from there. So just be careful with this one. But if we start going to the upside, folks, I think it would be, a wonderful thing to see some millionaires get made out of this. But we can kind of see how this thing's really bouncing off this 236. Like I said, this $38 level, it's not off the books. I think, maybe a run up to the 786 where we've seen a lot of resistance is very possible with band here, just given the circumstances. So I don't know, guys. I like what I'm seeing. Hopefully you guys make some money off band. I'm going to buy a little bit, just full disclosure. Not trying to pump. The last thing I'd ever want to do in the world is try to shill anything that could cause harm to anybody. So I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up the live stream. Did you guys have anything that you wanted to add as final words or anything like that?
No, I'm just waiting for the market to make a move, man. We've been in extreme fear the last couple of weeks, and it's been bad. Like, I'm just, I think something's going to happen between the 10th and the 18th. Like, we're going to make a move, hopefully to the upside. If we go to the downside and we break 39, 38K, I'll be worried personally. Like, history, like history repeats itself, all metrics, everything. I mean, unless we have, Black Swan event or something crazy happens. I don't know.
Could happen.
We missed Elizabeth's hidden gem, apparently.
What's that?
We missed Elizabeth's hidden gem.
Oh, yeah.
You guys want to wrap it up, but she's normally got good stuff.
Yeah. What is it? Let's make this part of the segment. Elizabeth's hidden gem, which we'll go over.
Deso? DESO.
I've never heard of it before.
Because she told me about QuickSwap on the one live stream. It was just listed on Coinbase. It had a low, max supply or whatever. So I bought a couple. It ran all the way up to almost $1,000, and I took profit on a little bit of it. But nice. I'm still up. But yeah, Deso, DESO. What can you tell us about it, Elizabeth? I'll look it up on CoinGecko right now.
So this thing is currently trading at.
Yeah, I did this during my market overview. So market cap 793 million. Circulating supply is only 10 million, 10.5 million. Max supply is 10.8
Can I share your screen?
Yeah.
There we go.
Click out of Pornhub.
Thought I'd ask for permission there.
Okay. Hold up. Oops. There we go. But yeah, decentralized social, it's up 0.7%, $75.32. Market cap's about 793 million. Circulating is 10.5. Max supply is 10.8 right now. Looks like we're in a downtrend. It used to be about $92 on 19th of June. Seems to be a fairly new coin. Dipped, sideways, dipped, ran up, sideways, quick spike. Now we're down. Decentralized social. So it's a social blockchain. We were just talking about this, I think, the other day or.
That's interesting.
This could be huge.
But yeah, I'm waiting for her comment. But yeah, that's Deso.
I think all of us actually. I just watched a replay of. I think it was like Congress, the United States Congress or something, brought Mark Zuckerberg to in front of them for like a hearing, and they grilled him. They said, "Hey, would you like to tell everybody what hotel you've been staying at the last couple nights while you've been in town?" And he's like, "No, I don't feel comfortable doing that." And then they like asked him some other like personal questions about like where he's been, who he's been texting on his phone, and he's like, it'd be ridiculous for me to share that with you. And so to have some sort of decentralized social media platform where, hey, we're in control of our data, if we want to sell it off, make some money off it, I don't know.
Here's the white paper. I guess I'm gonna.
You mean like similar to what they're doing with browsers?
With what, Striker?
Do you mean like similar to what they're doing with browsers currently, like with the Bat browser and stuff like that? The Brave browser, sorry.
That's huge. Yeah, this could be, when you start thinking about this, like, is this type of project a Facebook killer if it catches on? I mean, I, for one, I'm sick of getting all the spam email. I'm sick of getting all the telemarketer calls, all that stuff that comes with signing up for some of these centralized platforms. I guess I'm not sure if like I'm just classically conditioned from all of the stuff that we've had to deal with the last couple decades as far as data privacy and stuff goes, but maybe I should be a little bit more concerned than I already am. Right now, I mean, for me, I could care less what if an advertiser wants. I shouldn't say I couldn't care less, but I should say that if an advertiser wants my data, I guess I've become so used to it becoming so available that it just doesn't bother me anymore. And that shouldn't be a normal thing.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I was going to say before is basically that the one of the main things I'm sick of is like, I don't know, you could be looking up something for my children's schooling or something. And as much as it is relevant to me, I don't need you to take up half the page with an ad for some Nike shoes or something. Like, I just don't need that in my life. Like, that should be optional. Like, again, pretty much everything you do in life is just got so many ads in your face all the time. I can't wait for the new generation, I suppose, where we can live and you can choose. And if you choose to not have ads, then you don't make any money. But and that should be fine with some people. I'd like to get to a stage where I think that would be fine with me. No ads, but I don't make money, instead of no ads for paying money, which I think is a stupid concept.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then there's permission.io, or it's called the Ask coin, that I interviewed the CTO, or the chief product officer. I forget what she is. But Vanessa, she's pretty big on Twitter and whatnot. But her company that she works for is it's they sell your data, but they don't. But like, you get incentives because it tailors like what you view, what you like, based off of the advertiser and like your cookies or something. So it's like, but it kind of incentivizes you to use your data, type of thing, if that makes sense in a way.
Interesting. But yeah, guys, I think that, we're an hour and a half in, hour and 24 minutes. So I'm going to wrap this up. We've made some huge milestones in tonight's live streams. We've got a brand new segment called, Elizabeth's Hidden Gem.
I like that.
This is going to be like the thing I look forward to now for going forward. So thank you, Elizabeth. And we got to get you on the stream. So hit me up. I said, or Airborne. we'd love to have you on, talk about crypto. Absolutely.
Even if she wanted to come on just voice only, if she didn't want to come on and do video or anything, that would be great.
That's funny. Fine. She said she can't give away all of her hidden gems now. There's for her clients, I guess.
Hey, Elizabeth, if you want to come on here and show some of your, your business, some business opportunities for the listeners, be my guest, because I'll probably take you up on some of that. I've always liked how you have your finger on the crypto pulse.
She said a good comment. You can't see the comments, right?
I can now.
Yeah, you see how she said, in my opinion, one of the things people should start doing is looking at industry and searching projects that are not being discussed but are relevant to the real world use. That's how I research. 100% agree with that. The things that, like, when you look at a project and you read about it, you deep dive it, and then like you look at the price, which doesn't equate to the fundamentals, but you can kind of apply that to what's going on in today's world, and you're like, holy crap, this could be something big. That's what I want to invest in, especially when no one's talking about it. YouTube, Twitter, anyone. So that's a good point.
Absolutely. So I'm just going to go ahead and big thank you guys for coming on again. I love having you both on. Thank you to all the listeners, people following along, participating. Thanks for spending your Saturday night with us. I can say that I truly appreciate all the support. Airborne, Strika, so follow Strika at Strika Coin. There you can find just a wealth of information. This guy's busy retweeting and really combing the interwebs for crypto info. Check out Crypto Airborne, at crypto_airborne. He's kind of the same deal. Always retweeting my stuff for sure. So I do appreciate that. He does try to put out videos daily, every couple of days, on just the crypto market. So if you like the intro, where he kind of went over some of the things and discussed crypto, that's kind of the momentum that he has with his channel. So
2
thank
followers
you guys
away
both.
from 1,400.
Awesome.
Get 1,400 from
let's see if we can get them up there.
Let's go.
Yeah, thanks for having us on.
There we go. Now you're 3.
Oh, come on.
Just kidding. So I had to just grill you. Do you guys have any other socials that you want me to mention?
I'm pretty much, if you look me up anywhere, type in Crypto Airborne, you can follow me there. TikTok, I haven't been posted on there, but that's kind of where I started my crypto journey space or whatever. But yeah, look me up on Tik. I do videos every now and then. Yeah, YouTube, Twitter. That's pretty much it.
I've got 2 Twitter accounts. I got Striker Coin, which is my main account, and that's basically just got all things Nervous Network, CKB, and the entire ecosystem. So anybody that's partnered with them. And then I've just recently started a secondary account, which is more your ERC20 tokens, Stormex mainly, and then I'll branch out from there for people that are more interested in that side of things. So I plan on over this year branching out a bit more, doing a bit more research on both sides of the coin, and I don't know. The more you know, the better, I guess.
Yeah. Invest now so you can, really reap the rewards later on. Hopefully, it's sooner than later. So
we should do a Twitter Spaces sometime.
Yeah.
I'm seeing so much engagement and stuff. It's a lot of people growing their networks and whatnot. Like we talked about it last time in my Heroes stream and whatnot. Like, what's his name? Big Tico, if he's watching, shout out to him. He's literally, I don't know, he's doing it like 24/7, but
I was about to say, I don't know if he sleeps.
I know. I mean, but he's doing good things for the community. But I think we maybe should do like a Twitter space or something. We could all think of doing something and getting the community together. I think they would like that.
I reckon it'd be a great idea. When I tried to do it before, it'd be good. Yeah, a properly organized one. I jumped the gun a bit last time when I first started to try and organize one. I found with the Twitter Spaces, you need the first 4 people or 3 or 4 people to get a conversation started. Otherwise, you're just there talking to yourself, and I'm not good at
that. Yeah. Oh, I hear you there. Sometimes it's tough to get the ball rolling.
Yeah.
For sure. But all right. So Elizabeth, I dropped my my email in the comments. Hit me up, sixfigurestocktrading@gmail.com. Marcos Jimenez is in the house too. Good to see you here, bro. Tried to get him on tonight, but he has some previous obligations that he needed to tend to. So I think that's it, guys. So once again, appreciate you guys coming on the channel more than ever. Always fun to have you here, Strika. Thanks for taking time out of your day. I know it's right in the middle of your day, so
Sunday fun day.
That's right. That's right. It's Sunday over there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Sunday afternoon. After this, I'll go kick back, have a drink or something, relax.
Nice. Watch some football or something.
Yeah. It'll depend what's on. I'm not sure if there's any football on today. I'll have to go and have a look. I'm not good at football, like actual Australian rules football. I don't really follow it.
Okay. Looks like there's
crypto sports on.
Yeah. Yeah, so okay. So Elizabeth says she DM'd me on Twitter. Perfect. We'll set something up, get her on the next stream or two, within the next week or two. That'd be fun. But all right, guys, I think that's it. Thanks for watching. We're 30 followers or viewers strong, so super happy. I don't care if there's 5 people watching. I'm just happy to be here and hang out with all of you guys. So I will see you guys on the next video, and probably next week we'll be on someone's channel, Airborne's, myself. So stay tuned.
Who knows where we're going to pop up at?
Never know. So, all right, we'll see you guys on the next one.